Smith. Welcome to Delretta Elementary. Before we get started, I would like to introduce you to everyone. Mr. Dennis, this is our principal, and this is Allison Smith.
How you doing?
And this is Miss Causey, our general education teacher. And of course, I'm the special ed teacher, Miss Baines.
It's nice to meet all of you again.
We're here to discuss Sally, as we do every year. We want to create a plan for the upcoming year and just look at her IEP and make sure everybody understands what's going on. So since everyone has a copy of the current IEP and the plan for the meeting, we can just refer to that throughout the meeting as we discuss Sally's situation. So Sally is receiving special education services for a specific learning disability, and her learning disability is in reading. So we're going to begin by discussing all of Sally's strengths. So would anyone like to state any recent observations of Sally that you have made deemed to be an impressive performance recently?
Well, every time I see Miss Sally in the hallway or around school, she is always friendly, respectful, and well-mannered. I have seen her spend lots of time with her large group of friends. Everyone seems to enjoy her company.
Okay, that's great. Does anybody have anything else?
Well, every time I see her, she performs very well in math, and I can usually expect her to be one of the first of my students to finish a worksheet or other assignment, and it's almost always done correctly. She's also very helpful with other students, and she loves to help others and assist them who still haven't quite grasped the concept that we're learning.
I'm so glad that y'all have noticed Sally's strengths. She is definitely an outgoing girl, social butterfly, as we like to call her. She surprises me every day with her creativity and ability to think outside the box. She's also very active and loves to play outside. She loves sports, especially cheerleading, which is her absolute favorite. She has pretty great attitude.
Those are all great. I'm so pleased to hear how much she is enjoying our school. We are so happy to have her here with us. So, Ms. Smith, how do you think Sally's year has been going so far? Any concerns or suggestions?
I think it seems to be going pretty well. Her grades are a lot better than they were before. I have noticed a change in her mood whenever she gets home from school. Each day she seems happier and more cheerful. I love to see these improvements with her. I have noticed how much she enjoys doing her math homework. However, when we get to reading, she becomes easily frustrated and agitated about doing it. She definitely dreads it a lot.
Well, I also see this in class too. She's always on top of her game during the math lessons, but as soon as we move to the reading, it's like she turns into a completely different student.
Well, there are definitely some things we can do to work with her as far as that goes. Ms. Causey, have you noticed any specific areas or topics that she has the most trouble with?
Yes, actually, I've definitely noticed her struggle with comprehension. She's very fluent and she can read very smoothly. However, she's not able to recall any of the information that she just read about. So, even in other subjects like history and science, where we use lots of textbooks to learn, I've noticed this issue reveal itself once again. I really hope this issue doesn't arise whenever we move on to another unit in math, which will involve more word problems. So, nonetheless, I know how great of a learner Sally is and how much potential she has. So, I feel confident in knowing that we can work to improve this issue.
Well, there are certainly some things that we can do to help Sally. One thing I'd like to suggest first is that we implement a peer-assisted learning strategy. We call it our PALS program. In this program, she'll be given the opportunity to interact with her peers, and they'll help each other. So she really enjoys hanging out with all her friends, so she'll be able to relate that with the program. She'll get to partner up with one of them and read and reflect on a selection. And they will take turns being the coach and the reader, so we won't only be focusing on Sally, so it won't be obvious that we're trying to help her individually. And this involves positive corrections and correcting each other's mistakes in a good way. So I think this would be the best strategy to begin with Sally.
That sounds perfect. I think she'll like that a lot more than working with any of us. She probably will pay more attention to other students. It's something new and different, and I think she'll really appreciate that.
Great. Another thing that I'd like to suggest that I can do with Sally in my class is that we could implement more graphic organizers or any other reading interactives, and I can add more activities that will require her to be more attentive and engaged to the lesson. For example, a KWL chart, which would be a great option as well. And I can be sure to ask Sally questions throughout the readings and show her how to make predictions or connections with the text.
With all that being implemented, Sally should be able to reach her goal. Now it says here that Sally's goal is that she will be able to read a selection from her grade level text and be able to answer 90% of the comprehension questions correctly.
Yes, that's right. That's the goal that I came up with before the meeting. I think it's a great goal for Sally this year. So I think we should go ahead and implement that goal and the strategies to help her reach it. But next on the list, I don't think I would really need to remove Sally from the general education classroom for extra services, because using these strategies and some small group instruction, she should be able to get right where she needs to be.
I agree. I think she'll do great in my classroom this year.
Good. So we've accomplished a lot with this meeting, and I'm looking forward to seeing Sally improve more than she already has. So thank you, Ms. Smith, for coming. I'll be sure to keep you informed throughout the year of any adjustments in Sally's performance. So feel free to contact us if you have any other questions or concerns.
I will do that. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, everyone.